Today, I'm going to show you a complete beginner's guide of school time for kids. I'm going to show you some of my favorite tips, tricks, and hidden features allowing you to leave this video as a school time for kids expert. Let's get started. So here we have a brand new Apple Watch that's ready to get paired with our iPhone. All you have to do is unlock your phone, bring the watch next to it, and it will automatically pop up with the little widget to pair. It says Apple Watch. Use your iPhone to set up this Apple Watch. You'll want to go ahead and press the continue button, and then it will launch the watch application and allow you to start setting up this Apple Watch seamlessly. So you can see here that it's loaded up the watch screen, and it's got a black screen, and on the Apple Watch itself it has a little diagram bringing the iPhone closer to the Apple Watch itself. In this case, it looks like there is an error because typically it should ask us whether we want to set this up for ourselves or for other people. In the event that you do get an error like this, you can swipe up, and then you swipe up from the bottom. You can force quit the watch app by swiping up on it, and it removes it from its screen. Then you can swipe over and you can look for the watch app and reopen it in order to successfully pair your watch. You can also swipe down on your home screen and then type in watch and then tap watch, and it will pop up just like that. So now we are on the watch app and we want to start pairing our Apple Watch. So to do that, all you have to do is just press the start pairing button right here, and now it's going to say set up Apple Watch. So you can say set up for yourself or set up for family member. And since we're setting this Apple Watch up for students and kids and a family member, we're going to press this second option at the very bottom right here that says set up for family member. So we go ahead and we press that once, and now it says Apple Watch for your kids. You can use your iPhone to set up any GPS cellular Apple Watch for a child or family member who does not have their own iPhone. You can use the Watch app on your iPhone to manage settings for a family member's Apple Watch, see their location using Find My App, set approved contacts for calls and texts, and more. And just press the continue button. It lets you know about the data and privacy icon that appears. When you see this, it means that Apple is asking to use your personal information and respecting your privacy according to their privacy policy. You'll go ahead and hit continue, and then it lets you know how it works. So your child or family member's Apple Watch will be set up with their own Apple account. If they don't have an Apple account, they can create one during setup. And setting up an Apple member or Apple Watch for a family member will also create a family sharing group if one does not exist. So Apple Watch for your kids requires a GPS plus cellular watch, Series 4, Series an SE or later. So the previous watch was not a cellular watch. In order to set up your school time and your family or student watch, it needs to be a cellular, it has to have cellular plus GPS in it in order to successfully set it up for a child. So let's try this one more time. We've got a cellular watch right into play here, and I'm also noticing that it's not automatically detecting, it shows a diagram to put your Apple Watch next to your phone, and we saw in the previous Apple Watch it did appear to pop up, but it doesn't appear to be doing that for this particular model. It is, there it goes, I locked and reopened the phone and it popped up just like that. So I'm going to go ahead and press the continue button, and it automatically brings up the new screen to set up as an Apple Watch. And just like before, we're going to set up for a family member. So we'll tap on that very bottom button, and now it says Apple Watch for kids. So we've got the same setup process as before, and we can come over here and press the continue button and set it up. It shows us the data and privacy icon. This appears when Apple collects information, and of course it does it according to its privacy policy. So you'll press the continue button, and then it describes how it works. So your child or family member's Apple Watch will be set up with their own Apple account. If they don't have an Apple account, they will create one during setup. And setting up an Apple Watch for a family member will create a family sharing group if it does not exist. So here's the important part that we just realized. It requires a GPS cellular Apple Watch. So this cannot be done on an Apple Watch that does not have cellular capabilities. So a Series 4 Apple Watch SE or later. So we'll go ahead and press this big continue button, and we will proceed, and we will align the Apple Watch view in front of the camera. So We will put the camera over the Apple Watch. We'll watch these two start to talk to each other, and they should just pair. It'll highlight green there, and then they will start to have the same animation go across both. The little circular there. Really cool. So Apple Watch is paired, and just like that, we have successfully paired our Apple Watch cellular, the GPS version, to this phone, and we're going to set up through the family section. We'll just press set up Apple Watch right here at the very bottom. So first up is wrist preference. Is this person going to be wearing it on their left or their right wrist? And you can go ahead and select whichever one, just like that. So we'll say left, and we'll go ahead and hit the continue button to move on to the next stage. Next up, it processes here, saves that bit of information. It contacts the Apple Watch. So it lets us know that this may take a few moments. It's got a nice little progress bar. It's rotating in circles, and it does its magic, and it processes. So we'll just wait a few minutes out here as it contacts the Apple Watch and allows us to move on to the next stage of the setup process. And no need to worry. I know, sometimes when there's no progress bar, no loading screen, it's nearly impossible to know when it will be complete. But just be patient, and we can sit here and watch it process. It shouldn't take too long, but this is a great moment where it's connecting to the Apple Watch. It's doing all of its data. Now it's activating the Apple Watch. This can take a moment too. And next up, we're ready to go. That took less than 60 seconds there. So terms and conditions. Now we'll have to agree to these in order to use the Apple Watch. So you've got all of the watchOS terms and conditions that you can scroll through. You can tap through right here to learn more information about all the Apple terms and conditions. And then once you agree to those, you'll be able to set up this Apple Watch successfully. If you choose to disagree, you will not be able to proceed. So in order to proceed, we'll have to hit the agree button. Alright, I have successfully gotten past the activation screen here, and next up is bold and text size. So you can see the size that you select that's on the Apple Watch itself, and you can just adjust it based off how big and how small you want it to be for your family members. So you can bring them into the room, and you can ask them about their preference for their size, and then adjust it accordingly. So I'm going to keep it on this adjusted based on the iPhone type settings, and then I'll press this continue button. You can do the same once you have selected which bold text and size you'd like for your family member's Apple Watch. Then we'll go ahead and press the continue button, and next up is the Apple Watch passcode. So you'll go ahead, you can create a passcode or a long passcode. You can you'll have to do this on the Apple Watch itself, and so it says here, passcode keeps Apple Watch secure, and all you have to do is just press this button, create a passcode to get started. The little keypad appears on the Apple Watch itself, and then you can bring it into frame. You can type in the passcode. I'm going to do this off camera to protect my privacy. It's going to ask you to re-enter the passcode, so I'll enter it twice, and I have gone ahead and set up a passcode. So next up is family member's Apple account. If this person already has an Apple account, then they can use it to sign into this Apple Watch. So if they already have an Apple account, the person that you're setting this up for, so your child or your family member, then you can say use existing Apple account and then log in with their data, their username and password for their current Apple account. If they do not have an Apple account, then we'll have to go over to this route, the little text at the very bottom that says create new Apple account. So we'll go ahead and press create new Apple account, and we'll set up a brand new Apple account. So first up is name. So I'm just going to say AppFind, and then I'm going to correct it there, and last name Schooltime. So you'll go ahead and type in whoever you're setting this up for, and then of course you'll pick their birthday. So we can go ahead and say if this was for a kid, 2000 maybe 2006. Okay, so we'll go ahead and enter in the birthday and then the first and last name of the family member that you're setting it up with, and then we'll hit continue. Now it'll ask AppFind to continue. To set up Apple Watch for this person, ask them to continue and create an account. Once AppFind's account is created and added to your family, you can continue the setup of the Apple Watch. So this is when you'll need to bring in your family member, because they'll need to go ahead and set up an account. So now they'll have to enter their email address. So I'm going to do this off camera. I'm going to go ahead and enter in an email address. And now it's going to ask for a verification code. So next up is a verification code. So you'll need to go ahead and the email address that they enter, they'll need to go ahead and open it up and type in the verification code that they get sent. So I'm going to do this off camera. I'm going to go ahead and type in my verification code, and then it's going to go ahead and verify, and then it asks to create a password. So next up is the account password. So again, you want your family member to be creating this, so they'll also be typing in their email address in the previous screen, and then also for this screen you want them to type in their own password. So I'm going to go ahead and type in a passcode off camera, and you want it to be secure, so long password, numbers, symbols. It must be at least 8 characters, include a number, an uppercase letter, and a lowercase letter. So I'm going to go ahead and enter in my secure password, and I'll go ahead and proceed. So next up is enter a phone number. So you'll need to enter a phone number for this person that can be used to verify your identity with a text message or a phone call. So I'm going to go ahead and enter my phone number, and then I'll go ahead and get that text message verification. So it looks just like this, a little verification code, and I can go ahead and then type in the verification code. I'm going to do this off camera to protect my identity, but I'll be right back with you shortly. So I've typed in the verification code, and next up is more terms of service. We've recently launched a brand new AppFind Store at appfind.store. And you can get access to some incredible products for your Apple devices. And we're going to take a minute to take a look at all of these incredible products. Starting off with the AirPods case. You carry around your AirPods 2 all the time, and you can use this lovely case here to protect it and to add some style and color to it. So we can go ahead and open it up here and put it on our AirPods just like this. So it comes open, and we can pull it out, and it's into 2 pieces here. So you've got the top piece, which covers the top part of the AirPods. You just slide it over like that, and it covers it just like that. Now, I put it on backwards. I'm going to flip it around. There we go. So that way you can still have the hinge open up just like that. And now we've got the bottom piece, and the best part about this case is it lets you see the color LED light. So when you charge it or when you turn it on, the light comes on right there, and it lets you see without covering it up, so you can see the charging status or the pairing status just like that. And of course it comes with this little ring here that you can connect to your keychain or other devices. So there you go. That is the AirPods case for AppFind, a really cool product that you can now get using the AppFind Store. You can scroll down below, or you can go to appfind.store and get it today. Next up, we've got 2 variations of an Apple Watch band. And if you've got an Apple Watch out there, you can get a stylish band here. I can go ahead and open up the band there. I'll go ahead and open up the second one here. So it's got a nice little component here. You pull it open, and you pull it down. And we've got 2 brand new bands that are now available in the AppFind Store for your Apple Watch. So you can bring your Apple Watch into play here, and all you have to do is disconnect them here and start. You've got them both kind of tied together in a way. So you can disconnect them both, and then undo the band. And now we've got each Apple Watch band just like that. And now we can slide them on. So you may be wondering, how do you slide on an Apple Watch band? All you have to do is just slide it from the corner and slide it in. And just like that, we've slid in an Apple Watch band. Then we can take the other end, and we can slide that in. And now we've got this brand new Apple Watch band attached to our Apple Watch. And here's another version of what it looks like. So you've got eye-popping colors here for your Apple Watch, your AirPods case, and then even better, we have them for the iPhone. So here we've got various cases for the iPhone. We've got the clear case, we've got a white case, a black case, and then even this blue, navy blue case color here. So I'm going to go ahead and open this up. And the best part about this blue MagSafe case is the fact that it wirelessly charges using MagSafe. So I can go ahead and pull the case out. I can bring in my iPhone, and I can go ahead and pop the iPhone in just like that. And now we've got our case protected. It's got a cutout here for our power button, and a cutout for the volume up, volume down, and the action button. So if you're still rocking an iPhone 15 and not upgrading this year, you can go ahead and get this case now. And keep an eye on the AppFind Store for the iPhone 16 cases that have the cutout button for the camera control. So that is the case, and you can see here we've got several other case designs. We can go ahead and open those up one by one and check them out. So we've got a MagSafe one, 15. This is really cool, a black case here. We've got a white case. So we can go ahead and open this up. We've got all kinds of colors, so you can check it out on the AppFind Store and pick whichever color you like best. And here we've got a clear one. So I'll go ahead and open up the clear one for you. Clear one, you can see right through it there. And there we go. So those are the case options we have for iPhone. We've got this white one, we've got a clear one, we've got the black one, and then this blue one here. So that's an overview of all of our brand new products at the AppFind Store. You can get the Apple Watch band, the AirPods case, or the iPhone case at appfind.store today, and it's really going to be awesome. You'll be able to set it up on your new device and be protected and have a stylish way. So these are all the new products that we have from the AppFind Store, and we hope you enjoy them as much as we do. Here's a quick look at the AppFind Store. You go to appfind.store and you can use the promo code AppFind to get 15% off your order. You can see all of the products we just checked out, and you can purchase whichever ones you like the most. And don't forget to use that promo code AppFind for 15% off your order. So we've gone through setting up an account for the family member. We created an email address, and then we created a password, and then we verified that account with a phone number. And now we are entering our terms of service, and we just press agree to move forward, and we tap that little text in the bottom right, and it's collecting all the family members' details. And then next up is share location. So you can use location sharing so that you and AppFind can view each other's locations and Find My messages and help locate each other's devices using Find My. So this is great if you want to keep track of where your family member is, whether it's your son, your daughter, or who you're setting this up for, or another family member, and they can also see where you are at. So AppFind will receive an invitation to share location with you. So I'll go ahead and set that up. We'll just press this blue, or this is orange. We'll press this orange share your location button. If you don't want to do that, you can press set up later and not do it later. So we'll go ahead and share location for now. And now it says ask your family member to sign in. So to set up this Apple Watch for a family member, ask them to sign in. So the account that we just created with our phone number and our email, they'll need to now log in using those credentials that they just made. So I'm going to do this off camera. I'm going to go ahead and type in the email address that I just used to make an account on the Apple site. Then I'm going to type in my password that I just made right here on the profile. And then I'm going to press done. It's going to collect information, and then it's going to say share with AppFind. So use location sharing so that you can share AppFind's location. Now for you, your family member's name would appear and where we see AppFind right here. We'll go ahead and hit share location, this orange button at the very bottom. And now signing into Apple Watch. to AppFind's Apple account. So this may take a few moments, and just to recap here, we created a brand new Apple account for our family member. We named the first name AppFind. Of course, your username would be, or your first name would probably be your family member's name. And then we created a passcode, then we verified the account using a text message. You can also verify it using a phone number if you'd like. And then once that was done, we were able to agree to terms of service and then set up our account and re-log in to this Apple Watch using the account that we just created. So if your family member already has an Apple account, then they can skip creating an account throughout this process. But since our family member here for this demo purposes did not have an Apple account, we had to create one, which I did off camera to protect my identity. And then I logged in off camera also using the AppFind child account that we just created. So next up is Wi-Fi for your AppFind's Apple Watch. So to get started, you can share the Wi-Fi password and AppFind can continue joining the Wi-Fi network. So I can go ahead and share the Wi-Fi password. Location services. This allows watch faces, maps, and other to use location services to show AppFind's approximate location and then coordinate that to what the app needs. So on maps, it would need to direct you where to go. For the watch face, it may need to know your weather or your compass. So you can go ahead and enable location services to enable those features for your family member on this Apple Watch. Or you can go ahead and say disable location services, but keep in mind your family member will not be able to use location services if you do disable it. So they'll be losing functionality if you disable location services. I highly recommend pressing the enable location services button. Next up is Siri for AppFind. So Siri helps AppFind get things done. You can just go ahead and hold down the digital crown and play around and ask it for things like a restaurant or request a ride or send money. So really cool that you can look up stuff using Siri. I think it's one of the coolest features of the Apple Watch to have it right on your wrist. I highly recommend enabling use Siri. Or you can say don't use Siri if you don't, using the orange text at the very bottom. So I'm just going to go ahead and say use Siri. And then next up, we'll select a voice.
The colors of the sky fade with the setting sun.
The colors of the sky fade with the setting sun.
The colors of the sky fade with the setting sun.
The colors of the sky fade with the setting sun.
The colors of the sky fade with the setting sun as the stars begin to shine through the clear night.
So we got 5 voices there. You can select which one will be best for your family member, and then you can press the next button in the top right. So I'll go ahead and press next. And now we're talking about analytics. So you can help Apple improve their services by sharing analytics. This is not required. If you don't want to do it, you can press the orange text that says don't share. If you do want to share, you can press the button, it's gray, and it says share with Apple. For now, I'll go ahead and share analytics, but this is great for them to be able to improve their products and services because they can see what apps you're using, how you're using them, what goes right, what doesn't go right. So we can hit the share with Apple button, and now it's signing into Apple Watch using the AppFind Apple account that we just created. And next up is messages in the cloud. This allows your family member to see messages after they sign into Apple Watch. So you can enable messages in the cloud, which I recommend because it keeps your accounts completely in sync. Whether you get a new iPhone or a new Apple Watch or a new Mac, you can log in and all of your messages will be there if you enable messages in the cloud. So highly recommend enabling this. But if you do not want your messages to sync across platforms, then do not enable this. And if you've logged in with an Apple account that you already have, if you didn't create a new one today for your family member and they already had an Apple account, then you can definitely enable messages in the cloud, and any messages on their previous devices will sync over. So I'll go ahead and enable messages in the cloud. Here's another cool thing. You can manage the health data for this family member. So if you have permission, then you can go ahead and request health data for this person and it will appear in your health app on your phone. So if this is for an older family member, this is perfect. You can monitor their health data. Or if it's for your child, then you can monitor their health data that's collected right here on the watch itself. If you don't want to do this, you can press set up later, or if you do want to set it up later, you can press this orange text that says set up later. For now, I'm going to go ahead and say request health data, and then it will send it to that person's Apple Watch, and here they'll be able to say yes or no. So if you've got your family member nearby, you can go ahead and let them read over this and make sure that they want to share the health data with you, and then they can press this share button. If they don't want to share, they can press the red button. If they do want to share, they can press the gray share button right here. So we'll go ahead and press the gray share button, and it moves on to the next stage, which is setting up health sharing for Apple Watch. So it says this may take a few minutes, but this is probably one of the best features. If we look at what Apple does best these days, it is really saving lives with features on the Apple Watch. We've even got safety features, which we'll talk about in a second. But of course, with your Apple Watch, you can monitor your heart rate. You can monitor depending on which model you have, whether you have AFib or whether you have, the right steps for the day. So there's so many health related features to the Apple Watch. I think this is the best use case for it. And then of course we can review the safety features that are right here. Emergency SOS. So you can hold the side button to call emergency services, and then you also get fall detection if you're doing workouts. If you fall and it detects that you fell during a workout, in this case if the family member is working out and they fall, it will automatically call emergency services if they do not respond. So I think safety is probably the most useful feature of the Apple Watch. So I'll go ahead and press continue. We've reviewed these, and now it wants us to set up emergency contacts. So emergency contacts are sent a message if the emergency SOS is used to call emergency services. So you can just press add emergency contact, and then you can go ahead and type in a number here, and then you can say their relationship. Today we're going to be checking out Surfshark for our lovely promotion where you can get an incredible VPN for about $2.19 for their 24-month promotion. I'm going to go ahead and download this onto our phone and show you the setup process, but you can use the QR code on screen to take advantage of this deal and get access to Surfshark's virtual private network. You can secure your online browsing. It uses protection and hides your IP address, and you can get all kinds of great features to make sure that you stay secure when you're using the internet. And you can go to appfind.org/Surfshark or use the QR code on screen to take advantage of the deal that we have, the promotion that allows you to get Surfshark for 24 months at just $2.19. So let's go ahead. This app is almost downloaded, and I'll show you what it's like to set it up on your brand new iPhone. So this is definitely one of the first things I do when I get my new iPhone. I log in, I set up my virtual private network so I stay secure, whether I'm browsing at home on Wi-Fi or whether I'm on the go on someone else's Wi-Fi network or on 5G. When I have Surfshark enabled, I'm safe and it's fast and it's reliable. So I'm going to go ahead and open this application up. After you've clicked the link in the chat or in the description below, the Surfshark, the appfind.org/Surfshark, or you scan the QR code on the screen and sign up, you'll be able to download the app onto your phone, and then here it's got two options: to create an account or log in. You would have most likely already created an account when you've redeemed the promotion on the QR code or on the link in the description. So you would hit the login button, and it asks you to continue with Google, Apple, or your username and password that you set up originally. After you have successfully logged in, this is what it will look like on your screen on your brand new iPhone 16. Now you may be wondering, what do you do? So what it's recommending is you to connect to a virtual private network in a certain location. Now your IP address can be from almost anywhere around the world that they have service. You can scroll down, and it looks like I tapped on one. I tapped on one, and it instantly opens it up and tells me more about that. So I highly recommend picking something that's local or nearby, because what will happen is when you're using your virtual private network, websites will kind of detect your location, and if it detects that you're very far away from where you actually live, sometimes it may not let you log in, or it may block you because you wouldn't want someone logging into your account that's not actually you. So sometimes it can be very challenging to get around certain things like that. One of my favorite features features is the multi-hop. This way you can have secure connections from multiple directions, and I can scroll down. I can select something like we've got United States and Canada, United States New York, and Canada Toronto. We can tap on the multi-hop, and it will need permission in order for us to get started with the VPN. So let's go ahead and authorize the Surfshark and get permission. We'll hit the continue button at the very bottom, and now it's going to ask us, Surfshark would like to add VPN configurations. Since we do want our VPN to be connected, we'll press this allow button right here, and then it will take us to our settings where we'll have to enter our passcode. So I'm going to enter our passcode off camera here just to stay secure, and then it will take us back to the app and it will start connecting. And I'm going to hide my IP address at the top right here, but this is what it looks like. In the top right, your IP address pops up, and then it says connected and safe, and then it shows you your connection time. And then at the very bottom, you can see in the bottom left here, you've got the country that you're connected with, US, New York, and then you've got it via Toronto, Canada. So then you can press disconnect at the very bottom. You can pause it on the right. I'm going to swipe down so my IP address goes away. So you can always disconnect at the very bottom. You can pause it right here, or you can scroll and search for another location that you want. So you've got multiple locations here at the top, and you can select whichever location that you want to connect through to keep your data secure. So this is Surfshark, and it's our lovely promotion that we've got going on right now. You can scan the code on the screen, or you can go to appfind.org/Surfshark to take advantage of our incredible offer. And I hope you enjoyed the virtual private network and it keeps you secure. This is one of my favorite products that I use every single day to stay secure on the internet. So you can create a medical ID. You can set this up. I'll go ahead and press it. I'm going to cover up some personal information here. It has emergency contacts and more. But you can come over here and say show when locked. You can make sure that their age and everything is set up properly, and their medications or allergies or anything that you need to make modifications to. You can do that right here. So I'll go ahead and hit cancel. I'll hit done, and then I can move on. So now I can share AppFind's medical ID information during an emergency call. So if they are to make an emergency call, the dispatcher will automatically get the medical ID, and this can speed up the process of getting help to where you need. So I'll go ahead and press share medical ID information. I think that's a really cool feature. If you don't want to share, you press the text that says don't share, or you can say set up later in the Apple Watch app. I'll go ahead and say share medical ID information. And next up is the personalized fitness. This is great for closing your rings or completing your move goal or exercising every day or standing up every hour. You can go ahead and select and set, your family members. You can go ahead and set your family member sex, height, and weight, and whether they're in a wheelchair or not, and these stats will be used to personalize their fitness and their health application when they're using the fitness app on the Apple Watch or closing their rings. So we'll go ahead and hit continue. And then of course next up is the activity. So activity helps you set less, move more, get some exercise, and once you set your goals, you can go ahead and make sure you meet them with the notifications. So we'll go ahead and set up activity. It can suggest some light, moderately, and highly move goals for us. We'll keep it on the light where it's saying move about 60 minutes a day. So we'll go ahead and click change goal, and then we've got about our daily exercise goal. We can increase it, we can decrease it. We can exercise for about 30 minutes a day, and then our stand goal. It's recommended to get up and move for at least 1 minute each hour of your day, and then we can change stand goal. Next up is workout route tracking. So when you do log a workout, if your family member logs a workout, it will track their route and you'll be able to see it. And it's available for outdoor workouts only. So we can enable route tracking. They'll get a map overview. Contacts for AppFind's Apple Watch. So they can add and manage contacts in their contacts app. And then we'll go ahead and hit continue, and we're all set up. Welcome to Apple Watch. So just like that, we are good to go. We have successfully set up this Apple Watch using the brand new reset interface and the update. We've got our update complete. We can go ahead and press OK. And then we've also set it up under this account here. So we can go ahead and we get the hello. We can press start. It can teach us how to use it. So let's learn how to navigate. We can press the digital crown to view all of our apps, and all of our apps pop open just like that. We can press the digital crown to return to the watch face. And then we can press the side button right here, this button right here, to access Control Center. And then we can press the side button to close Control Center. And then we can turn the digital crown to see widgets, just like that. And there we go. That's how you use an Apple Watch. That's all your family needs to know for the Apple Watch. Now, when I go to all watches here, you can see that it's AppFind's Apple Watch right here, and I can go to Family Apple Watches and it shows them, and I can go ahead and monitor all the details that I need to. So it downloads all the apps to it, but the first app that I want to show you is Schooltime. It's right here. Schooltime is a very cool app. It allows your child to use your Apple Watch while you're at school and minimize the distractions that it could possibly create. So schedule school time for Apple Watch to help with focus in the classroom. You can have multiple schedules and include breaks. Schooltime blocks apps and complications. It also turns on Do Not Disturb. Emergency calls and notifications will break through. So you just press this button right here, you flip on Schooltime, and you can monitor the schedule. So we can come over here and edit the schedule for every weekday, and then we can move it over from 8 a.m. or we can keep it at 8 a.m. but move it to maybe 5 p.m. and then exit out of it. So now this watch should be in school time. And now this watch does nothing now but act as a clock, and you can't activate any of the apps. I'm going to type in the passcode to this watch off camera. 1 second. So we type in the passcode to the watch off camera, it unlocks it, and now Schooltime schedule. Schooltime schedule has been updated. You can see the schedule found in settings. We press OK, and it shows the privacy icon. So to exit Schooltime, you hold down the digital crown, and you press and hold the crown to exit. But of course, to exit, it will notify your family member. So we'll press done. If we press and hold down to exit, it unlocks. Leaving appears in the Schooltime report. So right now we can see that we've got about an hour and 32 left until 5 p.m., which is the exit time. If we press don't exit, we'll stay in Schooltime and the family member will not be notified. But by default, you can't do anything. There are no complications. There are no widgets. This simply acts as just a watch. And the only thing they can do is have emergency services call it. So to exit, you just hold down on the digital crown, and then you scroll down and you press exit. And just like this, you can get access back to the watch and have full control. And you can go into your phone and you can call emergency services if needed, or anyone. So in the Schooltime report, it does appear that I exited early, but I think that is one of the coolest features of the Apple Watch to keep them less distracted in class. So we can tap on this Apple Watch here to manage it, and then it's loading here. It's activated it, so I can come over to Schooltime, and it doesn't have them loaded in right here. So I'm going to lift up and swipe out the Apple Watch app and then reopen the app, re-tap into it, because I'm currently out of Schooltime. It automatically turns Schooltime back on because it's not past 5 p.m. after I had that brief session. I press done, I tap on Schooltime, and it shows me right here, one unlock. So one school unlock was happening at 3:27 p.m. and then I used the watch for about 33 seconds. So really handy if your child is using the watch in class. You can notify them or let them know that the proper action would be not to be using it, or however you want to communicate that to your family member. So that is Schooltime. It helps you, it enables Do Not Disturb, notifications do not come in, and it helps your child or your family member stay productive during those study hours or those times where they do not want to be disturbed at all, especially in the classroom when they're working or they're learning, or focusing on their learning. So that is Schooltime. I think it's one of the coolest features of this family watch setup process. And of course, you can come over here in the Apple Watch and monitor all the other settings that you want to, whether it's on your general stuff, your cellular, your gestures, accessibility, emergency SOS, screen time. You've got all the settings for the watches, activity, App Store, contacts, Find My, hand washing, health, heart, mail and calendar, messages, noise, photos. Apple You've got Wallet and Apple Pay. I think those are cool features. You can set up Apple Cash and send your family member money, and they can use contactless payments on the watch in order to pay for goods at the store. So I think that's a really cool feature that they've added onto it. And that's what it looks like to set up your Apple Watch for a family member, a child, or an older family member. No matter who they are in the family, the only thing they need is an Apple account, which they'll either have to create during the setup process or they'll need to already have coming in. And as you saw throughout this process, we set up that brand new Apple account, we logged in with it, and we paired it to this Apple Watch, and we got access to cool features like Schooltime, and we can manage the health data in our health app and more, everything that is coming from this Apple Watch. But it's not particularly paired for me, it's paired for a family member, and it saves their data to their Apple account and not mine. Want to promote your business in front of tech enthusiasts? You can sponsor AppFind to get a shout out on a video or even your own dedicated video. To learn more, see our rate card and request a sponsorship. You can click our link in the description to Passion Fruit to learn more and inquire about a sponsorship. So this has been a complete beginner's guide of the Apple Watch for kids. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to smash that like button and let us know what your favorite feature of the Apple Watch for kids in the description below, or in the comments below. And if you're not subscribed, be sure to smash that subscribe button and turn on the bell to figure out when we release our next technology video for you. We love producing these for you and can't wait to see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.